For the demo day, we will give the floor to women who inspire us. These are women who are part of the initiatives who connect entrepreneurs in Latin America with investors and entrepreneurs, and that is WeXchange. We have Isabella Cunha. She is partner of APV Ventures, a risk capital firm focused on investments in the initial A stage. Elizabeth leads a process of evaluation for opportunities of investments and capital raising. Also with us, Capo Hostona, he's head of the startup development system. Paco graduated in sciences in computer sciences in Mexico and has more than 20 years of experience in technology, communities, and entrepreneurship. So let's welcome Elizabeth and Paco. And remember, I know you have taken pictures, you have filmed videos, so tag us at hashtag VidLab Forum. Also, our social media, we're present in LinkedIn, in Facebook, and Twitter. Please help us with the satisfaction survey. I know many of you have already filled it out, but for those who have not, we want to better ourselves and we want the third version to be even better. And this will be possible only thanks to your feedback to see what you expect in the next encounter. We're waiting for Elizabeth and Paco. Where are you? Oh, over there. Are you gonna be standing up? Yes, we want the founders to be the protagonists. Okay, welcome.
Good morning to all, and thank you for attending this session. This is a very valuable space for all the entrepreneurs that will attend. I'm Elizabeth Acuña, partner of our ventures, and we are going to be the two sponsors of Demo Day. The majority of these presentations will be in Spanish, some will be in English, and we have simultaneous translation in case you need it. Today, you will meet the 15 entrepreneurs selected for this event, but I would like to talk a little bit more about the selection process. We look for companies led by women that were in active fundraising processes, and we assess the team, the solution, the market potential, and the attraction that these companies had depending on the stage each one was in. And it was a rigorous process. We invited 62 investors, and I'm excited to share that the industries where we received the largest amount of applications were agriculture, education, fintech, and biotech. And I want to thank all the funds and angel investors that helped us in the selection process. This year, we received 344 applications from 42 countries, and we selected the 15 that you will meet today. We want to thank all those that applied to our process. I would also like to mention that we have looked for an investment opportunity of more than $250 million. So we do have a pipeline of women entrepreneurs to invest. And we have conducted 76 connections between funds and startups that participated from this process. And finally, these are the 15 entrepreneurs that you will hear from in a couple of minutes. And I'm certain that, like you will be very impressed with what they are building. Thank you, Elizabeth. And thank you all for being here and those that are listening through the streaming. And I want to tell you how we reach this point. Besides having these 15 amazing companies represented by these amazing women, we started our acceleration program in 2016 with the intention of bringing the best of Google to all the experts in the world. This program has evolved. Today, we have 19 acceleration programs that are literally running throughout the planet, trying to bring, I was saying, the best of the ecosystem, the best of Google, supporting these companies. To date, close to 1,200 have participated participated in our acceleration processes. Of these, 300 that we can see in these pink balls come from Latin America. These 300 companies since 2016 to date have raised more than $10,000 million in direct investment after having gone through our program and have generated more than 30,000 jobs throughout Latin America. So we're very happy to invite these women that are accompanying us today. And I couldn't be happier than since 2021, we started this cooperation with WeXchange. We brought our acceleration program, and together we did the first acceleration program for women founders in Latin America. The following year, the previous year, we had a short version, a 2 week intensive version with workshops and mentoring sessions that ended with a demo day that was amazing in Miami. And this year, we repeated the same formula with these 15 finalists. We have been working the last 4 weeks, and it ends today with this demo day. So we're very happy with this cooperation. And I want to end simply congratulating the IDB Lab for these 30 years of achievements. And I hope you continue doing amazing things for the region. And I want to thank you for this space, for allowing us to cooperate with you to support entrepreneurship in Latin America. So without any further ado, we will start the demo day. I will give you a minute so that you can take a picture of this QR code. You can download the 15 presentation of these amazing companies so that you don't lose any of the details. I see a lot of cell phones. So we will start with the first block. We will start with Agustina Michelena. She is COO of Flebo. She's breaking financial barriers to foster educational inclusion. It's a pleasure to have you here, Agustina. Welcome. One of every 5 people in Latin America lives in poverty with less than $4 per day. Like we all know, education is a key factor to end this poverty trap. And it is a challenge for many. Only 44% of people end higher education, whereas in developed countries, the figure is 71%. And this happens mainly because there's 40% people that don't have access because of funding. And we have to add that 6 of every 10 that abandon do it because of financial reasons. That is why we created Flebo, to break those financial barriers that currently exist in education. We see people wanting to study and educational institutions doing everything possible to grow as a priority. And what do they have in common? Their main problem for objectives is the lack of financial options. So what did we do in Flebo? We developed a financing product specifically for education. We associated two educational institutions and we offer a checkout so that their students can pay with level funding the entire program. At the same time, after validating that what these institutions have, we developed a financial solution that includes reconciliations and integrations with their CRM, solving all the financial staff. The vision is that every tuition in LATAM goes through Flebo, and that way include more students that can solve the management problems in their institutions. Our product is great both for the students as for the institution. What makes us different is the specific risk model of education that includes things for students and institutions that calculates the optimal rate. We have approvals 3 times greater and offer rates and terms that are friendly for students and amounts of up to $5,000 so that they can pay their program without any concerns. We also take the weight off the institutions that don't have to offer funding because they don't have alternatives. The institutions don't have the focus or the experience or the tools to score and charge the students, causing losses of up to 40%. Many times they don't even know how to do it. With a round of $400,000, we funded 101,000 students with a tuition value of $1,400 million. Now we're looking for around $5 million to be able to fund 20,000 more Colombian students, which is our main market. In the last few months, we closed alliances with leading universities here in Colombia, Universidad de los Andes, EAN, and Javeriana University that explain the accelerated growth of this last group. At the same time, we have alliances with language institutions and boot camps, penetrating all types of institutions of higher education. We have the correct team for this challenge because we have experience in lending, risk, structured desk, and debt education. Well, we have McKinsey, Bank of America, Suri, and Mercado Credit. And we invite you to the challenge of transforming the industry of education to generate more opportunities in Latin America. Thank you. Thank you, Agustina. We will give the floor to Constanza Martinez, country manager of Taxo. Taxo allows accountants to manage taxes in a more efficient manner. In this life, nobody escapes from death or from taxes. Benjamin Franklin said that. And besides that, the size of the market is enormous. In Latin America, there are more than 120 million taxpayers managed by more than 2 million accountants. Accountants such as Carmita. Carmita has two types of customers, companies and individuals. For the companies, there are multiple solutions, but for the individuals, Carmita doesn't have more than Excel files. She doesn't have more time to tend to more customers. They pay badly, and she has too much operational work. That is why we decided to create the first platform that automates the calculation of taxes focused on individuals. Taxo, Carmita can reduce up to 90% of her operational work in three simple steps. The first is to gather and classify invoices automatically. The second one is she calculates taxes and prepares the report ready the for tax paid. And the third is we have the tracking where the contributor can see the payroll and can issue invoices and files. Taxo is not an accounting system. Taxo is a tax automating software. Our business model is a B2B to C, where we reach contributors through the accountants. Why? Because each accountant has an average of 30 customers, much more scalable. And the fiscal system in Latin America is very complex. So the organic way of declaring taxes is through an accountant. We were already accountants. In 2017, we created Contacto, an accounting office with a digital app. We developed an app where we saw that we were able to have our accountants be much more efficient. And it was in 2022 that we decided to isolate the professional service from technology and sell that technology to other accountants. We have a team that is complementary. David, the CEO, was the one that started with Contap and knows the pain of accountants. Jacobo has more than 20 years experience in digital startups, 3 exits and an IPO, and I, Constanza, have experience in fiscal consulting and technology. In 8 months of operations, we've reached more than 4,000 taxpayers through 600 accountants, and our economic units speak by themselves. The following month, we recovered the gap. Our turnaround is less than 2%, and last year we had $85,000 ARR. That is why we have a round of 1.2 million with the purpose of expansion in Mexico. And with this, we will reach $1 million ARR. Dare to join the revolution of taxpayers. Thank you.
Gracias, Constanza.
Thank you, Constanza, for that pitch. Guadalupe Morga, CTO of Silverum, that shares her passion for biotechnology and the impact that can be generated through it. Welcome, Guadalupe. The stage is yours.
Population growth and climate change
Because
exacerbate food insecurity, putting more pressure on our outdated crop production system that has a lot of weaknesses. Producers don't have a warranted outcome after investing millions of dollars due to climatic factors. Products travel thousands of kilometers to the consumer, generating CO2 emissions and also losses. And these obviously have a negative impact on the environment. The only way to decompress the system is by complementing the traditional agriculture with new, sustainable, and resilient systems, such as greenhouses and indoor farming, which, in combination, represents what we call CEA, Control Environment Agriculture. These techniques have a lot of advantages. For example, they make it possible to produce near or even within cities. They gave us predictability at harvest time and also minimize the use of resources such as water and pesticides. But the growth, the real growth and democratization of this system depends on solving their cost and yield challenges. And we at Silvarium have an incredible solution for them. Plant electrohacking. We built an electrostimulation technology that intervenes plant's nervous system to improve CEA producers' yields. Yes, actually, plants have a nervous system based on electric charges that controls their internal processes, and we learn how to hack it. Using electric and magnetic stimuli, we are capable of increase their velocity of growth, also improve their nutritional value, and also improve their capability to support different pathogens and stresses. Our electrostimulated plants have the capability of develop 23% more biomass than the control ones. The potential of this technology lies in the adaptability of our AI algorithms that allows us to work with any CEA crop. So, we are going to work with food plants and also with medicinal plants. And our value proposition is really simple. We can help any CEA producer to grow crops with better quality and also better yields, while at the same time reducing the impact in the environment of farming. This is a $1 billion opportunity. And to monetize it, we are going to use a SaaS business model. But for us, it seems to be like stimulation as a service, not software as a service, because we are going to charge a monthly subscription fee for improving our clients' crop yields. Our founding team has years of experience in large-scale crop production and also in biotech research and development. We count with the collaboration of an incredible team and also with the support of our partners and investors, Gridex. If you are committed to the mission of accelerating to the world's transition to a more sustainable and resilient agriculture, you are welcome to join us. Thank you.
Gracias, Juan.
Thank you, Guadalupe. The next one is Valeria Diaz Romero. She is CEO of UNAI, and she's financially empowering women entrepreneurs. Welcome, Valeria. Good morning. My name is Valeria Diaz Romero. I'm CEO, co-founder of MUNAI, Empowering Women. Did you know that Latin America loses $400 million due to the lack of opportunities for women entrepreneurs? What makes this gap grow? Many women in Latin America decide to become entrepreneurs to not be exposed to situations of violence, exclusion, and economic dependency. But we know that being an entrepreneur is difficult, even more so being a woman. 82% of these women that decide to become entrepreneurs do it restricted to their personal savings. Since we're not subject to loans in traditional banks, rankings, 50% of these women do not have access to education and continuous education adequate in terms of business management. And 90% that decide to become entrepreneurs don't have access to networks and feel alone. So that is why Munai is born. We're looking to revolutionize the microfinancial industry the way we know it right now with technology through delivering financial products with gender-focused financial products that adapt to the needs of these entrepreneur women. Besides technical advisory and support, a community of support through our digital platform, we support women with traditional entrepreneurships in initial stages, granting these financial products such as nano credit, nano insurance, supporting ourselves in a credit score that is alternative, empowered by AI that works with traditional information and non traditional information to determine the risk profile of these women. Besides these financial products, accompaniment comes through the knowledge, through mentorship in 25 different areas in terms of business management and access to a community of support, providing visibility and access to networks. We want to contribute to closing the gender gap and to SDG number 5 and the financial initiation of these women with Munai building their credit history and giving these first few steps with us. We have identified 7 million people in the countries that we want to escalate with this profile, translating that into a market opportunity of $900 million. Our business model currently is based on subscriptions. It's B2B2C through nano credits and green nano credits that foster environmental and social impact, nano insurance, and our B2B2C strategy that allows us to work with companies that want, on the one hand, to empower women, and on the other hand, multi-level companies. We have validated for a year and a half everything we're offering, being able to disperse $40,000 we had and having performance metrics that are important, 2% moratory interest, with more than 500 entrepreneurships led by women to this date. Some of our strategic alliances, the acceleration programs we have been part of, and some of the international recognitions we have had. But those that truly make magic happen are those in my team. I'm the CEO, I'm the social innovator with experience in impact in international cooperation. Martin Rilova, our CTO, in charge of all the technological development, having worked in machine learning and blockchain startups. Valeria Meinacelli, our CFO, with experience in traditional banking and impact funds with gender focus. And Bruno Alion, the strategist with 7 years experience in the microfinance sector. To continue impacting the lives of millions of women, we have decided to open a round of investment that will allow us to develop more technology, grow, and expand. That is why we invite you to join this cause so that together we can empower thousands of women in the region. Thank you.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you, Valeria. Now we have Constanza Levican, CEO of Suncast. She's using artificial intelligence to create a future where we only use renewable energy. Constanza, it's a pleasure to have you here. Hello, I'm very happy to represent Chile today. Well, renewable energies are important. We all know that. But there are difficulties. They depend of the sun and the wind. So they have to send forecasts every day. What happens if we don't limit the energy they can sell and they have fines? Besides that, in the desert that covers all the photovoltaic panels, we have powder that reduces the production of power. In Suncast, we created a system that supports the generation central stations. This system includes satellite images with meteorologic information, data from the plant, and all of that comes together to the predictive models with artificial intelligence created by our team to deliver the mandatory forecasts reports through mail and the web platform for operators. This company works as a software service, and we already have 5 important power companies. We have 3 types of subscriptions. Part of our value proposal is that we are 50% more precise in sun forecast, 30% more precise in wind forecasting, and we have savings of up to $200,000 per year. We have grown exponentially year after year, and our growth is robust because we signed contracts with the power companies that are renewed automatically. With our pipeline this year, we will achieve our break-even point. Besides that, we haven't lost any customer. On the contrary, they all start adding more power plants, and they use our platform in more generating central stations. We're a Chilean team. What are we looking for to be able to contact power generation companies in Colombia, also in Mexico? And we also want to invite you to learn about us because in 12 more months, we will open up a round of investment for our international expansion. Thank you very much.
Muchas gracias, Constanza.
Thank you, Constanza. Now we welcome Pia Campos, CEO of Enteria. She's improving the health of people through studying microbiota. Pia, welcome. The microbiota analyses are revolutionizing our way of understanding health. In a couple of years, they will be as common as a blood test, being a tool that is indispensable for the development of personalized medicine. But what is microbiota? It's all of those microorganisms that live in our body. Gut microbiota can support therapies against cancer, affect our weight, dominate our mood, and even produce or protect us from diseases. The balance in the gut microbiota and vaginal microbiota can be related with premature deliveries, endometriosis, development of sexually transmitted diseases. To find disbalances in the microbiota are fundamental for corrective changes. Microbiota can change through changes in food, medication, and habits. It's projected that by 2026, the world market related to the analysis of human microbiota will be $1.8 billion. In Enteria, we're a platform that analyzes microbiota with services developed to offer value to each type of customer. How do we do it? In the first place, we analyze. It's like a census to see who and in what proportion they live inside us. Then we work in understanding the complex interactions that we have in this microbial community, what functions they play, and how they affect us. And finally, we issue a report where we present the disbalances and how it can be impacting the health of a person. In Enteria, we always say that we want our customers to take informed decisions. So for individuals, we offer analysis in the lab or at home, an online platform, the possibility of a consultation with a health professional, and we are thinking of probiotics. In the case of professionals and labs, we offer personalized reports, commercial agreements, and advisory and training. For those that are wondering how you see an Enteria result, in the case of the analyses processed in the lab, the reports include visual indicators, interactive information, and personalized recommendations. In the case of the analysis at home, results are fast with positive or negative indicators. In Enteria, we have last generation technology for innovative services at very competitive prices. We have our own database that makes us unique and shows the specificity of our results. We have our own team that has more than 35 years of experience in the area. We started to operate in 2021, and we have had more than 350 analyses with a billing of $60,000. We have our own lab in Montevideo, Uruguay, where we offer services to professionals and individuals in Uruguay and Argentina, and labs throughout Latin America. We have invested Gridix, and we were supported also by several local agencies in Uruguay. We're a team of 4 scientific professionals in molecular and IT, and we have PhDs in biology and others. We're planning a round of investment. If you're interested, we invite you to speak with us. Thank you.
Gracias, Pia.
Thank you, Bia. Ahora viene Ana Bárbara Tavares, SVP de Riesgo y Rentabilidad de Dini. Te cedo la palabra.
Hi everyone, I am Ana Barbara, VP of Credit Risk and Profitability at Dini. For more than 20 years, my passion is work for financial inclusion, particularly for small and medium businesses. So let's talk about what matters today. I'm a little nervous, please pay attention here. What matters today is about Dini and the problem that we are working to solve. 99% of businesses incorporated in Brazil are small and medium businesses, 99%, responsible for 30% of our GDP. They are the backbone of our economy. Despite their relevance, they are still underserved by banks, by traditional banks. Last year, only 9% of the credit offered were for small and medium business, only 9%. The banks are outdated and disconnect from merchants. They are still working on their own context, without connected with the context of the small and medium businesses. On the other side, we can see that merchants, the small and the SMBs, are adopting technologies to solve their own challenges, purchase, sales, deliveries. So, Dini is connected with these B2B platforms that's helping these SMBs. Dini enables the platforms to become the bank of these SMBs. We are connecting the capital with the SMBs by B2B platforms. We have an asset-light model with the capital markets, and we use all the B2B platforms data. They have behavior data, they have transactional data, and we can develop a better credit model for this risk profile group. So we can offer better conditions and better offers for these SMBs in real time. For platforms, we offer the infrastructure in a modular way, and they can take care of their own business and just serve more engagement and also greater LTV. On the other side, for the merchants, we provide a perfect journey from the proposal to the repayment process, totally digital. Our core product is our revolving credit line. So it means the SMBs have capital available all the time for whatever they need in a simple tap. We were the first mover in embedded lending in Brazil, a market of more than 7 million SMEs. So we have a huge market to promote financial inclusion, even in Brazil. Not less important, our revenue model. We have three main sources of revenue: origination fee, servicing fee, and credit performance fee. Combined, they give us an annual take rate of 27%, which means we have a healthy unit economics. Our track record showed our growth. So we have already disbursed more than $10 million, and we have more than 15,000 loans since we began our operations. This is a slide that I'm really proud. We are a female founder team, so we have a female C-level. It's amazing because it's really hard to see that in our industry. I've been working for banks and for this industry for many years, and I use it to see only men. Here we have 3 women in our group. And more than it, we have complementary competencies, and also we have proven execution in our past experiences. So, to continue our growth, we are raising $1 to $3 million in equity that will take the company to break even by the end of the next year. Also, we are always available to discuss any opportunity of debt funding that can help us to provide better conditions for our merchants. So we invite you to join us on that movement. Thank you so much for your attention.
Now it's a pleasure to start this second round of presentations. We will start with Marlene Moreno, CEO of Gender Lab. She's using technology to create workspaces that are free of harassment. So welcome, Marlene. I think that B2Gov is on the screen. It's not my presentation. Okay, thank you. Hello, I'm Marlene. I'm CEO of Gender Lab. We help companies prevent sexual and work harassment. In fact, we have been able to reduce its incidence by 60%. And I want to tell you why we work on this problem. 40% of women are harassed, sexually harassed at work every year. And we are going to do an exercise to understand the magnitude of this problem. I want to ask, please, the women that are here today to raise your hands. And I swear that I won't ask for anything else. Please raise your hands. Great. If this audience were a company, almost 50% of the women that are seated here before the year is through would go through sexual harassment. And sexual generates damages to health and damages the professional development of people, but it also damages organizations. And in fact, it can cost up to $6 million per year in costs associated to the loss of productivity. So we're facing a complex problem, and as such, it requires a comprehensive solution, and that is Gender Lab's solution. This is a platform that allows organizations to measure, monitor, and act against work sexual harassment with intelligence. It gathers anonymous data through a survey that was developed and uses the data to automatically generate an action plan specific to the needs of each organization. And this is supplemented with a virtual classroom and claims system. We have more than $17,000 in MRR. We grow at 25% per month, and we have worked with more than 60 companies in 7 countries in Latin America and the Caribbean that are amongst the most important ones in the region. We have a product in the market. We have income, and unfortunately, we have a very big opportunity for growth. And I say unfortunately because we're talking about sexual harassment, and this is a global problem that has led more than 130 countries around the world to have laws that demand that employers to measure the risks, to train their staff, and to have claims channels. Everything that ELSA does today. This context implies only for our region an market opportunity of more than $2 billion every year. And for this figure, I only considered companies because the market is much larger if I count public sector entities and educational entities that have the same problem, the same legal obligations, and for which ELSA is also a solution. I'm a lawyer, and before being an entrepreneur, I was a partner of a big company in Peru, and I have a master's in gender. This combination is the one that allowed me to see this opportunity. My partner Yvonne is the CTO; she's an engineer, and this is her third SAS. That this topic is regulated explains that the legal firms are important actors in this system, but they don't have a technological base. They are very expensive, and as a consequence, they're not accessible for many companies. With a technological base, and there are some solutions, but they're not in our region or in our language, and they're focused in claims channels. This, on the contrary, suggests a solution that is comprehensive, that has a technological base, and that has a very clear focus placed on prevention. And prevention matters. And you know why? Because that is what makes the fact that besides complying with the law, we have been able to reduce in more than 60% sexual harassment at work in a year. 60% in a year. We are Gender Lab. We help companies to prevent sexual harassment at work and comply with the law. Where in some countries in the region, we grow monthly by 25%. We have our first round open. We have 50% already registered, and we want to speak with those that want to build workspaces without sexual harassment. Thank you.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you, Marlene. Now we have Paola Dieguez, CEO of B2Go. She facilitates information so that governments can sell to the government. Thank you for being here, Paola, and welcome. Thank you. Good morning. I will share with you how with the B2Go Gov team and technologies, we help companies to be able to sell their products to the government in a transparent way, making decisions based on data and not perceptions. During the 13 years that I worked at 3M, I had the possibility of visiting all countries in Latin America, selling solutions to the government. However, I was never able to answer to my boss what was the cost of government opportunities because public purchase is fragmented and does not allow dimensioning the business opportunities of 15% of the world GDP, which is what governments generate when they buy. That is why B2Go is born to transform the data of public purchases into businesses. We do it through a platform. Our platform allows companies to dimension their market size, access on time to business opportunities. It allows accessing all the historical data for a winning proposal and monitoring the results. That is what our platform looks like. We are the data lab of public purchase, the largest one in Latin America, online platform that operates 3 million processes of public purchases of 8,000 buyers and 9 countries in Latin America. We're proud of doing it and to be the first ones to do it. Our business model is a software to service where we sell solutions to companies. We have the possibility of impacting 450,000 companies, which are the ones that sell to all governments in Latin America. If we transform this into figures, it's many thousands of millions of dollars of opportunities. The results vary. We're growing sustainably since we have the platform online, and we do it through providing solutions to multinational companies that have all their value chain to public purchases through small local companies that also sell their solutions. And at the same time, since we like to sell to the government, we help governments to be able to improve their publication systems, to have suppliers that compete and do it transparently, to improve all the corruption indexes. These results would not be possible without the B2Gov founders. We are Marcelo and myself. We're founders and friends since we're 14 years of age, and our trajectory supports us for everything we have achieved. However, this would not have been possible without the individual capacity of each team and the values we share, the results we generate, and the capacity to listen to all the important players in the arena of public purchases. We know that electric light is not a continuous improvement of candles, and that is why we continue evolving our platform and our solutions. We're ready and we have the resources to be able to prepare B2Gov to escalate, and that is what we're doing through our solutions and through proposing companies to be the solution to sell to governments in Latin America. What are we looking for? We're looking for companies and people and BCs that want to sell and propose their solutions to governments in a transparent way that is profitable and efficient. If you have that opportunity, you can call us and we're here to help you. Thank you.
Muchas gracias, Paola.
Thank you, Paola. Now we have Laura Maciel of MetaB Biotech. She's creating solutions that prevent diseases around the world. In a post-pandemic world, we are all aware of what one single pathogen can impact in the lives of human beings. Daily, we lose up to 15% of crops and 20% of cattle farming, caused by viruses, caused by viruses and bacteria. These invisible enemies can attack the environment, and they spread around the environment, for example, in air. That is why MetaBig Biotech develops technologies that are predictive for diseases caused by virus and bacteria from environmental samples. We have developed a technology that allows detecting and quantifying any type of virus, pathogen, or bacteria, microscopic bugs in the air. And we have a fourth component of data science that allows us to understand if that implies a risk for producers of pork, birds, or human health. So we can be prepared to detect any new biologic threat that can appear in nature. When we studied the market, we understood that we are in a low competition area, which gives us an excellent opportunity. And our competitive advantages are strictly aligned with the intellectual property strategies. We combine patents with industrial secrets. We have a patent for several countries already, including the United States, and 2 new ones that are ready to present. This photo was taken in China in 2019. More than 200 million animals were sacrificed because of the African pork pest, and we avoid this. We have 3 direct impacts. We generate more food for the world. We generate more food with the same expense of the greenhouse effect gases, and we reduce the indiscriminate use of antibiotics. That is why we're in the business of bioeconomy. But we trade software B2B with a subscription model. We're in the global market of $180 billion. But we solve a problem of more than $600 billion without counting human health. Despite the fact that we have less than a year, we're in 3 countries already, and we have our first tests hand in hand with the University of Minnesota in the United States, and these are some of our customers and users that trust us. We have received support from IDB Lab. This is our first round. We're negotiating with several funds for $750,000. These are our development products so that we can launch this in the United States and Latin America. We have the best team for this. Andres Guio, economist, PhD in MIT in data science, Martin Massner, CSO, PhD in biology, Oscar Vieira, and me. More than 8 years in experience together, and another bio startup that was selected amongst the 100 best ones around the world 2 years ago by the EWC, a powerful advisory board. We have a disruptive technology, a winning team, and the opportunity together with each and every one of you of impacting the lives of millions of people around the world. Thank you. Laura, thank you very much for that pitch.
Welcome Jamie Hoyt. She is VP Business Development of Smart Term. She is building the future of education. The floor is all yours.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jamie Hoyt, and I'm a co-founder at Smart Term. I'm excited to share with you how Smart Term is revolutionizing education globally and our rise to 300,000 users in 13 countries. Let's look at St. Vincent and the Grenadines, for example. They recently adopted our solution, and we now serve 111 schools nationwide. The challenge with education in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and countries alike is that the ministries of education take, for example, 18 months to compile education-related data. Because of this, ministries of education have no predictive, prescriptive, or diagnostic capabilities. Smart Term has developed an education management information system that allows ministries of education to collect adequate data and timely data by digitizing education institutions across the country. With our EMIS solution, we provide a student portal as well as a ministry portal. On the student portal, we provide a student information system as well as a learning information system branded for each school. Stakeholders can also benefit from features such as enrollment, attendance, gradebook generation, and much more. On the ministry portal, we provide a dashboard that has all the relevant data points for ministry to access in real time and make adequate decisions about education. We know our solution works because we have interacted with 1,028 schools across 13 countries and have impacted 800,000 users, and we are set to break $1 million in revenue. We utilize a model I like to call land and expand. We make it easy for governments to come on board our system, and we provide value-driven data decisions in real time. Once our solution is enrolled throughout all education industries, we upsell our clients, we upsell and collect on subscription fees, transaction fees, and professional services. At Smarter, we provide a holistic solution that benefits the government in real time to collect data in real time, whereas our competitors only provide fragments of that solution. The edtech market is ripe, and we have started with the Caribbean region with a $2 billion opportunity, but we have our eyes set on North America, Africa, and Latin America. Where we are currently and the clients we serve, we are set to break $1 million at the end of 2023, and with more investments, we'll be well beyond $26 million in 2026. So our ask today is $960,000 that will bring on 5 new ministries. This is our amazing founding team, and our expertise span across marketing, research, education, software development, and entrepreneurship. So with that, I thank you for your time, and I welcome you to join us on this revolution of not only digitizing St. Vincent and the Grenadines, but all countries. Thank you.
Amazing, Jamie. Thank you. Ahora tenemos a Florencia.
Now we have Florencia Morones, CLO of NITI. She's improving the quality of life of independent workers, digital independent workers. Florencia? Good afternoon. How are you doing? I want to invite you to reflect on the future of work. This is Paula and Cesar. These are Paula and Cesar. These are 2 of the 5 million independent workers that live in the most unequal region in the world, our dear Latin America. We have new workers that generate income through the platform economy that don't have the benefits or the services of Social Security. However, 69% of them say they do. Why? Because of the economic freedom, the freedom of when and where to connect. But on the other hand, we have the platforms that, even though they have grown exponentially, today they face serious problems that are related to the new market competitors, constant decrease of the workforce, and legality that is discussed around the world. This reality is repeated in 70 million people globally. But what is NIPI? NIPI is a worker tech platform that provides benefits and services through data science to impact the quality of lives of these workers. How do we do it? We do it through a B2B2C model, through unnamed memberships that are paid by partners in the platforms to incentivize loyalty and retention of workers in the hub where they work, improving their quality of life. In terms of our competitors, we don't consider them competitors because they're focused on a B2C model, and we believe that they can integrate into the worker tech proposal that MIPI has. Where are we? Today, we have monthly invoicing of $48,000. We're opening markets in the Dominican Republic and Mexico, and our focus is in the attraction of that billing. Yes, we grew fast. In 2022, we created our artificial intelligence platform to be able to predict the behavior and the productivity of this new worker so that we could find the benefit that truly can impact their life. I am Flor Moroni, co-founder of NIPI, and this is my team with more than 10 years experience in the industry and with continuous training together with Endeavor and Platzi and others. We have a high impact advisory board such as Alex Orenera, Zania Zapata, and others. And we have been able to close our pre seed series with the accompaniment of the IDB. And I remind you, we're opening the Caribbean and Mexico. We have more than 360,000 people on the waiting list. And in these last 3 months, we have been able to process more than 500,000 data in the industry that we make available so that we can understand what is happening with the future of work. And we don't make decisions like what is happening today in Colombia. We invite you to be part of the future of work. Will you accompany us? Thank you.
Florencia, gracias por
Thank you, Florencia, for that presentation. And now we have Ana Maria Martinez, CTO of Caudal. What is the mission of releasing valuable time of people automating tasks? Hello. Let's activate ourselves a little bit before lunch. Raise your hands. Who would like to have more time available? What about 500 hours a year? 500 additional hours a year? Well, that is completely possible if you automate tasks. That is the average result of the people that daily use our calculator that is free. It's also for you to calculate how much time they can save automating the tasks that they do manually at work. So you have an idea, 500 hours are 3 months that we can liberate or release every day, every year. The problem that we saw is that it's many people that lose time and motivation doing manual repetitive tasks at work. And companies lose a lot of money paying those tasks. $16 billion, according to McKinsey. That's almost the size of China's economy. That's the size of that opportunity. When we look at a company inside, there's so much to automate that IT is not the only one to automate. It's collapsed, and they're only interested in automating transversal or cross-cutting processes in the company. That is why they're relieved when workers automate their tasks in Caudal, and we will tell you how they do it. Caudal is a platform that facilitates the adoption of no-code and artificial intelligence tools in companies so that their workers can automate tasks. We have learning modules where people learn how to use these tools with automated projects that they can immediately implement at work. And we have management modules that accumulate data so that IT that wants to supervise these can see how these projects are advancing, and you can prevent risks and maximize the impact both in the people and in the business. The people that are behind Caudal are second-time founders. Laboratoria is our first startup that is still active, and in Laboratoria we have more than 1,000 companies that we have served throughout Latin America. In fact, IDB was one of our first customers, and more than a customer, a great ally. But more important still, the people that go through Caudal and what they're able to do. And I'll give you two examples. Antoine from Mi Banco received multiple emails that he had to check and approve by hand on work absentees. He used Power Automate in Microsoft and added artificial intelligence. And Francesca from Chile received requests from all the stores in Chile on hiring. And she was crazy, and she was able to automate that using a no-go tool that is called like. Last year was our pilot year. We sold those pilots, a big responsibility, to very large customers. We sold more than $100,000 in sales, and we also raised our pre-seed round. This year, we're focused on validating and making our business model more robust. It's working real well with several customers. It's a premium model where we offer the calculator for free so that all the people in a company can know how much they can save The results of these calculators are accumulated in a report that is presented to the company, and that report can be used as a roadmap to see the potential savings to bet on and the tasks that should be automated per area. And naturally, that shows that they need caudal for a long time, between 1 to 2 years normally. To wrap up, the problem we solve is the size of China, and it's the loss of time of people and money of the companies behind tasks that can be automated. We're a platform that facilitates the adoption of no code and artificial intelligence tools to automate tasks. And we have an MVP that is validated, and we're validating the business model to be able to escalate it. And with that in hand, we will raise our seed round very soon. We hope to see you there.
Muchas gracias, Ana María. Estoy seguro que
Thank you, Ana Maria. I'm sure that we're all going to use your calculator after this session. We continue with Angela Costa, CEO of Incluir Tech for the financial inclusion of small farmers. I want you to meet Juana Patricia. She's one of the 123 million populators of the rural areas in Latin America that produce 14% of the food in the world. Let me tell you how Juana Patricia is part of 75% of the agricultural producers in Latin America that don't have access to formal credit. Can you believe that? 92%, 92 million of our small producers do not have formal financial services. Why? Because entities don't trust them, because the way in which they're assessed is not the adequate one, or simply because the credit offers do not adjust to their needs or their realities. Others acquire credits but without advice or without financial education and are in overdebt. And those that find informal loans as an option do it paying up to 280% interest and even have their family safety at risk. Remember that I told you that we're the greatest producers of food in the world? Well, today I wanted to be clear that funding the field is related to world food security. That is why Incluir Tech is born after 15 years of building technology for banks in Latin America. We realized that we could take advantage of our knowledge and experience to develop a technology that could give access to those that don't have financial inclusion and that place food at our tables. That is why we set to work and we developed a proprietary algorithm that allows analyzing and assessing the small producers through an alternative risk assessment so that in the end they can acquire credit adjusted to their payment capacity. That way, advisors of financial entities, bank and non-bank and bank and NGOs are going directly to the field without the need of internet connection. They're processing digital loans very fast so that producers have formal loans adjusted to their needs. So far, we have processed more than 34,000 loan requests. We have $121 million in our portfolio. 18 financial institutions in Colombia, Mexico, and Honduras are using our technology. 97% of these loans that are processed using the Incluir Tech algorithm are up to date, and the producers that have a formal loan are 12% more profitable per hectare. All of them have trusted us. We have participated in the most recognized fintech acceleration rounds. And the cherry of the pie in December, we were able to close our first pre seed round with Acumen, one of the impact funds that are most important around the world. Our business model is a B2B model. Entities can use our platform through the software model. None of this would be possible without a great team. Our co-founders are David Quintero and Federico Vergara. These are cracks with financial development for the sector. Additionally, we have the support of a great board of directors that with their experience in microfinances and inclusion are achieving together with us a great teamwork. I'm Angelica Costa from Incluir Tech, and I want you to add on to us so that together we can work to guarantee the inclusion of our peasants and world food safety. Thank you. Thank you for that presentation, Angelica. We continue with our last presentation today. We have Maggie Ferber, CTO of Bopero. She's building the ecosystem of the circular economy, the largest one in Latin America. Maggie, the stage is yours.
Before I begin, I want you all to think of your outfits today. Are you wearing your clothes for the first time today? The answer is probably no, to the point that we all wear worn clothes, and worn clothes are the solution to today's fashion crisis. Did you know that every second there's a truck full of clothes that ends up in trash? But most importantly, did you know that the average times these clothes have been worn is 7 times? These items are in perfect condition. So where most people see waste, what we see is an opportunity. An opportunity to transform in the way we relate to worn clothes. And we did it. We did it for 1 million items. 1 million processed items within our system that did not end up in trash. We've been working since 2020 to make sure that these items get reinjected back into the system, whether to be processed and sold within our platform or donated through one of our partner foundation programs. How we did it? We built a model for consignment, for sellers looking for convenience when cleaning out their closets and buyers looking to shop the brands they love at an affordable price, aligning for once and for all sustainability and accessibility. Behind it all, there's technology. And why is this important? Because technology allowed for our business model to become profitable. We built technology to power full-service consignment for sellers to manage their wallets and their sales in real time. We built technology for buyers and algorithms, AI, and machine learning to recommend products based on their behavior. We built technology for omni-channel because we realized that buyers wanted to first touch base with the brand through a shop. But most importantly, we built technology to process unique SKUs. And this means to list, to photograph, to price, to store, to pick, to pack, and to ship items in perfect condition. The big picture today, Vopero is selling 7,000 monthly orders at an average order value of $60, which means 4 items inside every package. And this leads us to $5 million at an annual run rate GMV with a take rate of 58%. And paired up with our unit economics that, thanks to the technology, work out positively, we managed to create a model that works and a model that will win Latin America's huge opportunity. Because as we saw at the beginning, we all wear worn clothes. So the opportunity to take down fast fashion, the opportunity to solve fashion's crisis is right here, is in front of us. And we are the team to take it on. And when I say we, I mean it. We're an experienced co-founding team, all 3 of us Endeavor entrepreneurs. We've been backed by board members and investors who believe in us, who have backed us up with our previous round for $7.5 million, and today continue to support us because they believe that bopping is the new era of shopping. And if some of you believe that too, let's talk and let's figure out how to build the future of fashion together. Thank you.
Gracias, Maggie.
Thank you, Maya, for such a great presentation. Before we conclude this session, let me remind you that most of these entrepreneurs are doing fundraising, so please look for them, try to connect with them, and try to meet them.